Thursday, which means it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports, the Bud List. It's also a time, Schlereth, where we read some viewer mail.
Really?
Yeah, because even though it's the year 2023 and everyone's gone digital crazy, we get a lot of physical mail.
Yeah.
But as you know, we can only read the mail when we hit the viewer mail music.
Yeah. There
And I can go, that's my cue. This is a special one, I feel like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Dear Wilds, love the show. Thank you. The ratings have been great. Anyway, I can support the show in the Bud List as I walk around town. Cheers, Dawn. Dawn's wife.
Yes.
Well, thank you for writing, Dawn, and I hope Ryan and Brian are doing great. School's out. So we did make something up if you want to support the Bud List as you walk around town. It's our merchandise line, the Bud List t-shirt.
Oh!
It's the Bud List Home Edition t-shirt.
Yes.
So if you want to support the Bud List, and specifically the Bud List Home Edition.
So are they supporting the Bud List or are they supporting the Bud List board game?
They love the game.
Everything. It's all connected together.
That's good.
Whenever I wear that shirt, I get comments all the time.
About the game or the Bud List itself?
Well, both, actually. But people like the shirt. And there's a hoodie coming, too.
Oh, good.
A hoodie coming,
Go
too.
to Broussard's
All right,
Substack.
let's get to it. This week's Bud List, all NBA. That's my hit. Starting with Andrew Wiggins. First of all, Andrew, I'm glad that seemingly everything has gotten better, with your family and you're able to come back and join your team. We will keep your father, Mitchell Wiggins, former NBA player, in our prayers. But here's the deal, Andrew. Rightly or wrongly, people are looking at you to kind of turn this thing around in Golden State. It only needs to be turned around on the road, but they're looking at you to help do it. You are one of the best defenders in the league. You also have become a really good three-point shooter, 40%. You were great in the finals, a big part of why they won. And we need you to come out and play great for the Warriors. Here's the thing. You don't really like the spotlight. Right? When you were in Minnesota as the number one pick, you didn't want that smoke. All right? You didn't want the burden of carrying the team. So now I want to motivate you. Remember, you're not carrying the team. It's still Steph's team and Klay's team and Draymond's team. You just have to come and play like a star, even though people might not recognize you as a star. And I think you'll like that. So, Andrew, I believe in you. I fought for you for years on this show when some people said you were terrible.
Terrible was not said.
And then they had to apologize for it. All right, at number 2, Chris Paul, CP3. Chris, this is it. This is your chance. That elusive championship ring that you haven't been able to get, it is there for your taking. You got Kevin Durant. You've got Devin Booker. You got a 7-footer in DeAndre Ayton who give you 17 and 10 and you don't have to run many plays for him. People are looking, some people on this panel, people know who I'm talking about when I say some people on this panel. They think you might be the weak link. Some people are wondering if you're the weak link, or some people around the league. So you got to go out and do your thing, Chris. All right, this is it. You still can play. You'll be 38 next month, okay? You might not get a chance next year. Chris, I believe in Steph more. I believe in Steph more, but I do believe in you too. All right, at number 1, Nick, I had to do it. Luka Dončić.
Well, I assume so. All you showed was Andrew Wiggins dunking on him 3 years ago.
Luka. All right, Luka, it's been a tough year. You probably only got 2 games left this season. Maybe you'll last a little longer, but probably 2. And when you only have 2 games left, guess what? You are going to be criticized. You just will be, okay? Some people will say, oh, Luka, look, he doesn't play defense. He doesn't try, even give effort on defense.
That's true.
Some people will say, look at his body language. He's not a leader. Yeah, he can score. He can pass. He's not a leader. All right? Some people will even stop referring to you affectionately as their large Slovenian
Large
son.
adult Slovenian son.
No names,
This
but some people.
motivational.
Some people. But Luka, this is the motivational part. What you've got to do is the same thing Michael Jordan did when he was criticized, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo. What did they do? They didn't sulk. They got in the lab. And that's what I want you to do this offseason, Luka. Get in the lab. You got to become a better free throw shooter. All right? You got to give more effort defensively. You might have to change your eating habits. You certainly have to get in better shape.
What about smoking habits?
And I think you need to figure out how you can play as a part of the system rather than being the system. You don't have to be so ball dominant. You're a great player, ball dominant or not. Luka, I was the first player to call you Luka Legend, first person to call you Luka Legend after Larry Bird. You know I believe in you, man. I'm not disowning you.
No.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. When he said that he was going to do what Michael Jordan, I thought he was going to go play baseball.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
What's
what
the
I
sport?
thought.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go play.
Yeah.
All right. So here is my motivation. My motivation goes to the NFC.
Okay.
To a quarterback and a coach in the NFC that, let's face it, the NFC, when we're talking quarterbacks, it's ripe for the taking. You could be the number one quarterback in the NFC. This goes out to Dak Prescott. You've got to clean up your game. You led the league in interceptions last year with 15, and you did it in 12 games, for crying out loud. And Mike McCarthy, you made the decision to change up this offense, to fire your offensive coordinator, and to take over the play calling duties. So you've got to clean these things up that we see on tape. Go ahead, roll that tape for me, because Dak Prescott, you've got to be better. Here you see a 3-wide set. Watch these safeties come out. The inside receiver, that's CeeDee Lamb. That's your number one read. Those safeties going out like that says cover 2, meaning the outside corner is going to roll up, and that's where you should go with the football. Inside guy, the first receiver there, you see number 1. It's actually number 3, but that's number 1 on the inside. That's covered. Get to the third option. Get outside and throw that football to a wide open receiver. Instead, you throw it into that triangle. That is, what's the triangle in the ocean that's really bad?
Bermuda.
The Bermuda Triangle. You threw it right in there, and you get one of your 15 picks. You've got to be better than that. That's an easy read for any quarterback at this level. You've got to be better. Here it is. Step up. Get it to the outside. It's either incomplete or it's a big-time play down the sideline. Instead, you throw it into a team meeting. That can't be. For Mike McCarthy, you've got to clean those things up. That's what you've got to do. And by the way, Mike McCarthy is not, he will not, I promise you, run this play. Like, this play is done. Like, this play is not going to. Zeke Elliott, 1, because Zeke Elliott no longer plays for the Cowboys. 2, because that's the dumbest play in the history of football right there. That play, that won't happen again, because Mike McCarthy is now calling the plays.
Well done. I like that.
Yeah.
Nothing to add. I'm in agreement with it.
Do I believe in?
You believe in Dak?
That's what you're supposed
Yeah,
to say.
I do believe it.
I don't. It doesn't
Just point to
sound
the
like
camera and
it.
say, I believe in you.
Okay. That's what I got to
Yeah.
do. Hey, Dak, let that be motivation, because I believe in
There
you.
it
done.
is.
There we go.
it is.
All right,
There it is.
I am putting someone on the Bud list that I don't believe in.
Oh, well, that's kind of, I'll move on then.
Is that
I am
allowed?
wondering if anyone still believes in him.
Oh, wow. He's got to be putting somebody on Denver.
It is Mac Jones.
Oh, come on. That was good all show.
He's lost the building. There were reports last year that the owner preferred Bailey Zappi. Devin McCourty did a media tour talking about how some players wanted Mac and some players
Devin
wanted
McCourty
Bailey.
loves him.
Okay.
He was
Didn't
just
sound
reporting.
like
He was
Didn't
reporting
sound
that
like
some people forget, but on this very show, he somewhat lost the support of Kevin Wildes. And now Wildes has tried to
Lamar
say,
Jackson.
it's all about Lamar Jackson. But I am old enough to remember this video and Kevin Wildes cackling maniacally about Mac Jones' off-season workout habits. And then, and maybe most devastatingly, he's lost Bill Belichick, who, there were reports, now there have been some conflicting reports, that Bill Belichick has wanted to shop Mac Jones, and we can show it to you, eventually do this to Mac Jones. That is Bill Belichick stiff-arming Mac Jones out of the building.
Comedy hour.
So here's the deal, Wildes.
Am I in charge of
If he's
humor?
bad
I'll be
this
the coach
year,
analysis guy.
he's done. If he's bad this year, his time as a starter in this league, he goes on what you guys call the Mitch Trubisky, Marcus Mariota track, which is also
my God,
guys
a good track.
who, by the way, once upon a time got to a playoff game with a great defense. The team that they were just the quarterback of, they had to make the playoffs, and then they were looking for jobs.
Say it.
So Mac Jones.
I believe in you. Say it.
Mac Jones, I believe you're going to be a backup. Prove me wrong.
My God!
Wow.
Come on.
Remember when he did the Wilds, Weird and Wonderful,
Yeah,
and
same
it
thing.
was
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
dark.
yeah,
That was
that's
just
same thing.
dark.
That's-
It was
it's an
no
inspiration.
motivation. It was
No, it
mean.
did have
Total,
Spirit.
that video's
It was
out of
true.
the video's out of context too because he's got to audition for Spider-Man, the next
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So that's why he was climbing.
It
the
was
wall.
true. It was just mean.
I'm supposed to be the affable one. You guys bring the analysis, okay?
Okay.
It gets all lost when we.
What you got?
Cam Newton, another former Patriots QB.
Another former.
Wow, Cam.
Oh,
I was talking
Freudian
about
slip.
Steve Grogan in the break. Cam Newton released a YouTube video about being a backup quarterback to only a handful of teams and quarterbacks. Take a listen. So I'll run through the list. Deshaun Watson, Justin Fields, Tua, Malik Willis, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Sam Howell. You might think that's an odd list. Well, some of these guys he has relationships with because they came up through his camp. So the only reason, the issue I have with Cam's kind of press conference I released is like, why do this, bro? Just if you really want to be a backup, just call the GMs of the teams, have your agent get on the horn and give it a shout. And just to think, well, that's kind of odd. Bobby Portis was on JJ's podcast and it was great. And it's like, how'd you end up on the Bucs? He's like, I wanted to be on the Bucs. I called up. It was like, I think I could help you guys. Do the same thing. I don't need a YouTube video, although I did find it enjoyable and I thought that was a nice set. But overall, just make some calls. You don't need to tell me.
No, what
that you're
this
gonna
does is go against what you want from your backup, right? It brings attention to the backup. It makes your backup, who already is a celebrity, even stay in that celebrity air. So, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That concludes an odd Bud list. I'll be honest with you. Thanks for staying with us. I believe in you.
Get the T-shirt.
Get the t-shirt.
I want one of them.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.